Welcome to the wonderful world of Wager Talk and the company's renowned studios. Wager Talk TV, Wager Talk Studios, a damn pleasure to have you here and for me to be here in this basketball time, this space, an opportunity to talk basketball, the NBA East basketball tonight, and what appears to be the most logical, most likely backdrop, and how the math works out for tonight's game between the visiting Cleveland Cavaliers against the host Milwaukee Bucks. What the Cavaliers are executing as a team during this 8-game winning streak they're on isn't a surprise, not to me. Winning should not be the surprise here. How the Cavs have done it, the consecutive wins, the injuries that the Wine and Gold have had to play through with, the squad's average margin of victory, combined with Bernie Bickerstaff's prophetic quotes that he's been boldly and confidently and speaking too strongly recently, the team has lived up and followed his directive, and they have been nothing short of stupid, crazy good in the best grammatical form I know how to put them. Bickerstaff's leading, and his teachers, his staff, are leading a group of blue-collar, nitty-gritty soldiers. They win every 50-50 ball, and if they don't win the 50-50 ball, they die from 1,000 cuts trying. That's what you get with Cleveland. You get a team that is scoring 120 points a game. Its win margin of victory has been 22 points per game during this 8-game stretch. And that they've done all of this without their second and third leading scorers, Garland and Mobley. It's the winning isn't a surprise. It's how they're winning that is just absolutely crazy. Every time this Cavaliers troop takes the hardwood for what is essentially a 5K run, the tempo they play at, that their first five will play anywhere between 32 and 38 minutes, is a 5K run. And it's more anaerobic than it is aerobic, too, because they are happy to play at tempo this year, part of last year, where they weren't 2 years ago, because Bickerstaff didn't think these kids were ready. They're ready, and they're doing exactly what he thought they could do. I think a year before what he thought that they would be doing this. They're executing professional basketball at the highest level against the greatest players in the world, in the galaxy for that matter. When Cleveland decided the time was right for them to add that dynamic dimension, the front office made a deal with Utah to acquire Donnie Mitchell. Mitchell has arrived. Mitchell is that dynamic, and he makes everyone around him better. And don't let anyone tell you differently. The timing of that trade seemed right, logical, responsible. It was a time when Darius Garland was in a maturation space and time. Jared Allen, Mobley, and the rest of the squad, they were finding their time. They were finding at least their space in the game, and with this team, and building cohesiveness and dominating the paint. Allen and Mobley last year and the year before, the number one duo in the paint when they're on the court together, allowing the least amount of points in the paint at the rim of any team in the NBA. The emergence of Sam Merrill, 5 3-pointers he hit in this win over Orlando on Monday. 5 of them, scored 20 of his 26 points in the first half. And when he hit his 5th 3-pointer, 3 minutes into the second quarter, the Cavaliers were ahead 48-27 and doing exactly what Bickerstaff asked them to do, what they want to do, what they're having fun doing, right? They played with the lead and held the lead, basically a kitten or a mouse toying with the mouse, tossing it around until it's dead, until they've won. And that's what the Cavs are doing. It's not just Mitchell, but in a situation where you've lost your second and third leading scorer, Max Struss, Isaac Okoro, Dean Wade, and Mitchell, they all hit 3-pointers in the first 5 minutes of that win over Orlando. Again, this is before Sam Merrill even got into the game. They were essentially a pick'em against Orlando. Cleveland was. I thought we could take advantage of that, and we did. I think the same thing falls tonight in the game against Milwaukee, a Milwaukee team that's distracted, a Milwaukee team that just lost to Cleveland 2 weeks ago by 40 points. Granted, they were without the Greek. The Greek Freak did not dress and play in that 40-point loss. But come on, 40 points. That's how good this team's playing right now. What's going to stop them from being competitive tonight just because the game's in Milwaukee? Or just because the Freak is playing? I'm listening. The play tonight's Cleveland -7, or Cleveland +7. Sprinkle a little bit of fairy dust on the money line, get Cleveland +2 and change. And find a way to incorporate the total. I like the over here. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think we know that Cleveland's going to score. Milwaukee's horrible defensively. It's a matter of how distracted are they. So, Cleveland +7. A little bit of dust on the money line, and whether you incorporate the total over into a same-game parlay or maybe a solo act, half of what you got on the side. I'm Tony Finn. Thank you so much for dropping by and listening to my muttering and sputtering and opinion. Cleveland +the points.